Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Homespun Hive. I'm Shelby and I just wanted to make a short video for you guys showing how we are getting our garden ready for the spring. I'm going to go over how we take care of our compost pile, how we add it to our rows before planting, simple ways to keep up with your weeds throughout the whole year so it's not a big ordeal when you're ready to plant, and then at the end I'm going to go over how to actually plan your garden and some things to consider with that. So here's our compost. It's just a one bin system. I know a lot of people say that you need more, but this is what we've had for the last 3 years now, and it works okay. So I just call it the compost corral. We put our kitchen scraps in the top, and then we just keep layering them on, and then when we're ready to pull out the compost, we slide up this, and I use a shovel to just kind of like dig out all of that good compost underneath. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is a lot of matter that's been composted down. It doesn't have a smell. You don't see any chunks of whole food in there. Well, now that I say that, there's an egg, of course. But it's good to go ahead and put into our beds. It's rich in all kinds of good stuff from everything that's been composting down in there from the last 3 years that we just like periodically use. Every time a new season comes up, we would just scrape from the bottom and load it up and bring it on over to the row that we want to fix up. So I'm going to get started on that. Little grub guy. Yuck. So now before I go and throw that compost in the row, I'm going to give it a little bit of TLC. I'm going to just pick a couple weeds here and there, just spruce it up a little bit. This is something that we do every day when I come out to take care of the compost as it is. It's definitely not a big chore to just spend a few minutes here and there picking up weeds. So try adding that to your daily routine, because then when you're finally ready to actually plant your spring garden, you won't have a giant amount of weeds to actually pull. It'll take you just a few minutes like it does for me here. Now I'm going to start opening up my row so I have a place to put my compost. If it looks like I'm doing things slow and gentle, it's because I am. We have soaker hoses in each row, which, by the way, is the best way to go when you're trying to water your garden, but you definitely need to be careful when you're using tools because they are a little fragile. And now that the row's all opened up, we're going to add that compost back into the row and it's going to do its magic.
What?
Just a bug. And last but not least, I'm just going to scoop the soil that spilled over the sides when I opened the row and just scoop it right on top of that compost. I'm not a fan of just leaving the finished compost on top of the row open to the sun and wind, so I like to make sure that it's under a top layer of soil. So some things to consider before you actually get your seeds in the ground, now that everything is ready, is your hardiness zone. So you want to make sure that what you're planting is right for your area along with that time of year. And then you want to look at your garden and see what areas get full sun and maybe a little bit of shade. And also consider what you're planting, because if you're planting something that's going to get really tall, it is going to cast off some shade. So actually right here where I'm standing, we usually plant a whole big row of beautiful sunflowers, and it gives us some really nice shade for anything that we plant in the row that you just saw me amend. So that's something to consider. Think about how you can work with what you have. And I guess that's about it. I mean, just have fun and get out there in your garden. And thanks for watching, and I hope you guys come back and see it soon. Don't forget to hit subscribe and see what we've got coming next.